Hi, my name is John Crowell, and I would like to welcome you to my just-in-time training session entitled Getting Started with Google Classroom. The class objectives for today is to log in and to be able to access Google Classroom, to create a Google Classroom site, and then to create a post in Google Classroom. First of all, I would like to explain what Google Classroom is. Classroom is a learning platform that schools can use, and its main job is to simplify the creating, the distribution, and grading of assignments for the students. It's kind of like a learning management system, but it doesn't quite have the same applications and the same benefits that you might get from, say, a Blackboard or a Canvas or a Moodle, but I would say that about 90% of the tasks are available, and it just seems like it's really, really simple for the students to use, especially if you are a teacher who likes to use the different Google products, such as the Google Docs. Uh, if you like to use Google Forms for testing, it just seems like it's a seamless way of being able to do it, and plus save time for you and for your students. What I would like for you to do is to go ahead and open up a browser, and if you would like to follow along, go to classroom.google.com. Whenever you go to this site, I have a screenshot here that I am using because the first time that you actually log into, this is what you will see, or something pretty similar to it. You have to make sure that you are logged into your Google for Education site if you're using Gmail as your school's email account, or if it's managed by Google, then that's the account that you will need to be logged in. You want to make sure that you do select that you are a teacher. If you select by mistake that you are a student, you will need to make sure that you contact your IT persons so that they can fix this for you, because at this point you will not be able to use Google Classroom as a teacher, but it will only recognize you as being a student. This screen will only appear the first time that you sign into Google Classroom. Once you are signed into Google Classroom, this is a screen that you should be seeing, as gives you your welcome statement, and then you will be able to create your first class. To be able to create your first class, this little plus sign here, of course it says create your first class, you will want to click on this, and it will give you the instructions on how to create your first class. Since I have already used Google Classroom, this is the screen that you will be seeing. I will also be doing the same thing. I'm going to go ahead and click this plus sign, and it'll say create class, and this is the information that you will need to be able to type in. You'll want to make sure you use your class name. I'm just going to call mine sample class. You want to have a section, and I always recommend that even if you teach the same course and through different periods, that you have one actual class created for each section. So we can call this first period, and then you can put in what subject matter that you are actually going to be teaching. Notice here that it actually will, once you start typing in, it'll give you some sample classes that you can use. Once you're happy with this information, go ahead and hit create, and it'll put you right into your class. Now this is a theme it picked for me because I picked that this was a science class. You can go up here and you can change the theme or the pictures that you see. You can see that there are quite a few different stock ones that are here, or if you would like to, you can also upload your own photo to make your own theme. Now you notice here that you have different sections here. The About is where you can put information about your class, upload your syllabus, maybe provide links if you use different websites on a similar a basis that your students need access real quick to. Where it says students, this whenever you actually have students, you will see a list of them here. The first time you come into your class, you will want to make sure though that they are able to gain access. Again, this is right here the code that you would place for your students either on a whiteboard or on an overhead projector, or maybe even send an email invite to your students with this code. They type it in whenever they go to the classroom site, and then they will also have access to the Google Classroom. Let's go ahead and create our first post. Now, later on, we'll have other training that we will be having access to go into more detail, but today is just a time for us just to learn some basics. To make any kind of post on your classroom site, you can see here you've got choices here for announcements or assignments. We're going to go ahead and make an announcement for today. Announcements is something that the students aren't expected to turn back into you. This is just something that you would like to put out to your students. And since this is the first one, you can make one that just welcomes the students to the class. And you can attach things here to this if you wanted to attach, say, a worksheet that you would like for your students to look at, a PDF. This would come right from your computer. If you have something from Google Drive, you can click on here. It gives you access to your drive. If you have a QuickTime video or a YouTube video, you can click on there, type in either the search or the URL to the actual video that you would like for them to watch. And you can also provide different web links. At this point though, since this is an easy first time going through, let's just go ahead and hit post so that you can see that on the stream, this is what the students will see. You've made your first post, and the students will know then that they are at the site and they do see your first post welcoming them to the class. You can do the same thing with creating an assignment. Again, you put in the title of the assignment. You can call it your first assignment if you'd like, or whatever it is that you would like to use for it. You can put the instructions in here. You can put a due date for the students so that they know when the assignment is due. Let's say if you want to make it later in the week. And then you can go ahead and again, you can make links to your Google Drive, which most people will usually use quite a bit if they're using Google Classroom. Or you can post different assignments from your computer for uploads. Again, you can have video links and other websites that they go to that might be associated with. Make sure that when you are done that you do hit assigning, and then again you will see that it's uploaded, and you can see the difference between a posting that is just an announcement and then one that is an assignment. That's all I would like to cover in for today's lesson. If you'd like to play around with here, I recommend that you do. And if you have any kind of questions or anything for me, I can be reached at my email, godogs@gmail.com. Or if you are in the school district, you can call me at our phone extension. My phone extension is 1543, and I will help you in any way that I can. Again, I like to use Google Classroom because of its simplicity, and I hope that you, after viewing this video and working with it as little bit that you have, that you would like to use it too. Thank you, and I hope that you will watch the other videos that I plan on making for this topic.